Hey guys, Cody Hofhine here, and in this video, you're gonna learn another case study of what we did with this home to make it work for us, and a unique little strategy of what we use on quite a few homes each and every year. Now, while you're here, I want you to hit the subscribe button. I also want you to hit that bell so it alerts you when we update and put in brand new, fresh content. And let's get right down to business so you can learn on what you can do with real estate.
Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire.
I can't believe this business is so incredible, and if I can do this, every single one of you can do this. Every single one of you.
Something higher. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire.
It's Cody Hofhine here with Wholesaling Inc., the #1 wholesaling company in the nation. Super excited to be with you guys. Let's do a little case study. I get questions all the time of what is it that you do with all your deals? Are you wholesaling all your deals? No, not all of our deals get a straight wholesale. So you've heard on some of our past videos how we can wholesale deals, like assign the contract. You can do a wholesale deal where you buy it and then just simply put it right back on the market. You can keep them for rentals. You can rehab some of the deals. So let's break down a case study and why it is that we selected with this particular deal the strategy that we're going to be using. So with this home, we got this at a really, really good price. Now, with that being said, even though it was a good price, it needed a complete gut. And we're going to be going through this property so you can see exactly what I mean. But the exit strategy that I'm going to talk about, what we use, is we bought this one as a rental. And I'm going to tell you the strategy of why we do it this way. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to forewarn everyone. Not everyone watching this video is going to agree with this strategy. It's not a strategy that some investors are going to look at and be like, why would you ever do it that way? So I want you to understand one thing. Real estate has so many ways to invest, and there really is no right or wrong way. It's just looking at what is your company looking for, what are the results you're looking for, and can this property help produce that result? And that's what it is for us. So I'm going to share a strategy. It doesn't mean you have to go out and do this today, but if it resonates, you're more than welcome to chime in at the end that we'll talk about in the comments where you can ask further questions. But because we picked this as a rental, there's a few things that we do. Me and my business partner, when we buy a rental, there's a few things that have to work. We try to keep it as close to, and if we can always get it better, that's awesome, to what's called a 1% rule. So if you're all in at, I'm making this up for easy math, let's say you're all in $150,000 into the investment after buying it and fixing it up. And that's about what we'll be here with this deal. Hopefully we'll rent for $1,500 or 1% of the total cost that it takes to buy the home and rehab it. So 1% rule. That right now in the Utah market is pretty hard to find. And so whenever we can get near that, we do it. And so I'm going to share why we did it with this property and what it allows us to do. So here's how we invest. Here's how we buy homes. We always buy them free and clear. So that's one thing that we have chosen to do as a strategy. Now there's many of you on here that may own rentals that'd be like, why would you ever do that when you can leverage all that money and own so many more rentals? I get it. There's a lot of ways to invest in real estate. So what works for you may not work for us, or what works for us may not work for you, and that's okay. That's the beauty of real estate in general. So on this home, we buy all of our rentals, not just this one, but every one of our rentals, we buy them free and clear. And a lot of people will say, well, what happens is when you put this 150 grand, now that money's dead and you can't use it anymore. So here's what we do with this. It's not dead. We also use the money that we use to put on this. And you can use that through just a simple HELOC, a home equity line of credit. So HELOC, H-E-L-O-C, home equity line of credit. So even though it is free and clear and it rents for $1,500, we get a HELOC against it. Now this home also appraises anywhere between $260 and $275. And the banks are willing to give you X amount of dollars, a percentage of that in what's called the HELOC. We then use that money to either self-fund deals like fix and flips, or self-fund deals that we have to buy and then turn around and sell like a wholesale deal, or lend out to other individuals, other investors at 12% and 2 points. So the money in this home is not dead. We do use that money. We use it on a form of a HELOC. But what is really, really crucial is we don't really want to have debt attached to us. We don't really care for debt, and I know there's people that leverage against it. That's one strategy. But as for us, we really don't like to leverage debt. I've gone to so many real estate investor associations where individuals stand up and maybe a guy or a gal stands up and say, hey, in 2008, I used to own 30 rentals, but then 2008 happened and I lost every one of them. And so now I'm here today starting all over again. And every time I heard that story, I'd make sure that I'd go up and talk to that individual. And I'd say, hey, how did you lose your rentals? If 08 happened, how did you lose it? Without fail, here was the gist of every single story of everyone that said this. They had these homes leveraged too much, meaning there was too much debt serviced by a mortgage. They were leveraging debt too much, and it made them lose every single one of their properties. But here's one story I've never heard. I've never heard anyone stand up in front of a real estate investor association or an event saying, I own 10 homes free and clear. And when 2008 hit, I lost every single one of them. I've never heard that story, guys. Ever, ever, ever. That story will never be told. Why? Because they own it free and clear. There's no debt to be serviced, and there's no risk involved at that point. You can continue to rent it, and if rents go down, it's okay. It's still covered. So we don't like debt on any of our rentals. And it does grow at a snail pace. It grows at a pace that maybe not be as fast as if you leverage money. But this is our strategy, and it works for us because we do so well in other company areas where we're not relying solely on rental passive income. So by doing that, here's what it creates. You get to add another rental to your portfolio. That's something that's really good. You get to add to your net worth. So now, instead of being worth X amount of dollars, every time we buy a rental, it increases how much our net worth is. The third one is passive income. Passive income, meaning the ones that you don't have to trade all of your time for the money that comes back in. Now, to say that rentals are completely passive is probably a myth, a little bit of a lie. There is a little bit of process, there is oversight, there is things that you do have to check in on. So it's not ever 100% passive. But it's a pretty dang good way of saying passive income, something that really does bring in a check, bring in money that you don't necessarily have to go work for. And the fourth one is still using that money to self-fund our own deals, as well as lend out at 12% and 2 points. That makes us a good amount of money as we keep lending that money out. So it's not dead money. And the bank for a HELOC may only charge 3% to 4% for that HELOC loan. So you're making money on the money that is put down to buy a home free and clear. But if you can use these simple strategies, the beautiful thing is wholesaling allowed us to find the property at a deep discount. So that's why I tell everyone, you want to find your best rentals, you want to find your best fix and flips, you want to find your best deals out there, then become a wholesaler, because wholesalers are the ones out there finding deeply discounted properties. And if you, my friend, can go out and just simply find deeply discounted properties over and over again, you'll start to see opportunities open up. Maybe your first deal, you need it to throw back in so you can get marketing going, so you can get more deals for wholesaling, and you just simply wholesale for the first year. But in time, you're going to see your bank account grow, and it starts to open up those strategies of maybe I should pay off my cars. Maybe I should now pull my kid out of this school because it's not that great of school and put him into a private school. Maybe it's time to update our car that's on its last leg and it's not working anymore, and so now we can finally get a car that works. Maybe it's now, hey, I'm ready to get my first rental. But it all begins with wholesaling. So if you're looking for deeply discounted properties that you can continually find, get into wholesaling. It's a blast, it's fun, and it'll open up to many opportunities, just like this one, where you can buy a rental, get passive income, have a HELOC against it, and ultimately grow in real estate. So guys, I hope this has been helpful just to understand, just a breakdown and a case study of what we're doing. Hopefully it's add value to help you think just differently. Whether you agree with it or not, it's okay. But it just gives you another thought of how you can use real estate to really benefit you. Now, while you're here, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell so it alerts you when we put in fresh new content. But comment down below. If this is your first time watching a video right here in YouTube for the Wholesaling Inc. channel, welcome. And write down below in the comments, I want you to put first time. And if you've watched us many times, go down there and put I'm back. But if you have any questions regarding specific steps that we've done for this home, please feel free to comment down below. I'll read these comments and then respawn to you so you can get out there and just simply take massive imperfect action and get your first rental property as well. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.